We take a look at scrapped New Day heel turn plans, plus an AEW star has been cleared for a return after a 1-year absence, and big segments and matches have been announced for tonight's AEW Dynamite. It's all in the wrestling news. Hello everybody, it's Jack and Fraser with the second news video
of
the day. Me and Adam did one earlier on, but there's just more wrestling news to talk about. We're going to start off with a little bit of a revelation from former WWE host Matt Camp, who has revealed that there were potential plans for a New Day heel turn following Xavier Woods winning the King of the Ring tournament all the way back in 2021.
Indeed, he says there was a plan for Woods and Kofi to be heels when Woods won King of the Ring. That was absolutely in play. I didn't get a lot of details, but there was thought of the power going to his head, and when he finally wins what he always wanted to win and all that.
Yeah.
It would make sense for him to do that at that current point in time.
Absolutely. It would have been
the king.
Corrupted by the thing that he's wanted for so long, the thing that he's coveted for so long. But then I guess it just kind of got scrapped. My own memory, all I can think of is just to kind of further Roman's heel rise, because he beat him down, didn't he? And
yes, they had that little bit on SmackDown where Woods got a little bit of a push to go for that world title or the Universal title at the time. I would like to have seen... I feel like the New Day has been a little bit... They were a bit stale in that period post him winning King of the Ring.
Okay.
And I would like to have seen a new heel New Day and mixing up what they've been doing, because it has been very similar for a lot of their runs.
Oh, they've been doing this for a long time now.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's very repetitive.
Yeah, I guess on one hand you want to keep things fresh, but on the other hand they've remained so popular as babyfaces throughout their run. We do have a bit of a storyline going on at the minute with Woods and Kofi, of course, and Odyssey Jones.
Yeah, perhaps this is playing off that. Maybe this is the scrap plans have just been pushed way back. I'd definitely like to see what Xavier Woods can do as a heel and have a bit more viciousness.
I just don't know if we'll see that, because I don't trust that Odyssey Jones. I think he's trying to break the team apart. Yes. If only they had another member waiting in the wings. I would love to see Biggie come back and sort things out.
So bad. He's so sorely missed.
Oh, absolutely. Someone who's also just as sorely missed, Fraser was telling me how much he missed him just off camera there. Logan Paul was speaking on the Impulsive podcast and commented on his SummerSlam US title loss, where of course he dropped the belt to LA Knight.
Well, he was saying he
Sorry.
beat my ass. I'll be honest, that match hurt, he said. I mean, look, congrats to him. He's a very good wrestler. It was well deserved. He fought extremely hard, kicked out of my knockout punch. But at the end of the day, it was always going to be my belt. It's my belt. I see it on him, but everyone knows that the US title is mine. So you can have it for now for the time being, but I'm coming back for a rematch. My foot was on the rope at SummerSlam. It was on the rope on number 3. In wrestling terms, that means the pin doesn't count. I don't know. Was it?
It might have been under it.
Was it under it?
Referee's decision's final.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever the ref says goes, Logan. You should learn this by now.
I feel like it was too much of a stretch for it to have been accidental, and maybe they wanted this to keep Logan in line for a title shot if and when he comes back in the future. So
it certainly would make sense in terms of how big a star he is in terms of WWE's view of him, and how that storyline... It felt like it was going on for so long. Yeah. I remember Money in the Bank last year in London, and they were having a little bit in the ring, and it was like, well, this is clearly the plan between them two. And it just didn't happen until, this SummerSlam. If he's back, do you want to see them mix it up again?
I don't know what there is left to tell in that story, I suppose. Maybe LA Knight, his reign would have to carry on for a while if Logan is going to be taking this break as well. I don't know.
And maybe in Saudi, if they do another, if they show it'll be likely November, right? That they do another one there, maybe to get him on the show. He's a big draw over there,
of course.
Yeah,
maybe. I guess it's just WWE keeping their options open, I suppose. That's my reading of it anyway. Heading over now to AEW, where a certain AEW star has been cleared for return after a 1-year absence. Fraser.
Indeed, Tay Mello was on the latest Sammy Guevara vlog. Of course, they were all over here for All In, revealing that she is now cleared to compete. She says, you got to call Tony Khan and ask him if the rumors about her AEW return are true, because I don't know about that. I'm cleared though. Mama's cleared. I just got cleared. I think, reading into that, she's cleared.
Yes, but
I think you read between the lines.
But I get why she's saying you're going to have to ask Tony Khan, because he has so many wrestlers on his roster that he might have just forgotten about her.
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Mello, of course, saying Mama's cleared is because she was away for maternity leave after giving birth shortly. Well, she announced that she was pregnant shortly after Double or Nothing last year and gave birth in the autumn. And it would be nice to see her back. I always thought obviously the women's division in AEW, like the men's division, is just stacked and full of talent. But I always thought she brought a certain... she had a strong character in her matches and stuff.
She definitely did, and I think she was getting built up really, really well in that TBS title position. I think she had a couple matches with Jade Cargill that was like, okay,
I think
she's
I think
doing
she
quite
had
well.
my favorite Jade Cargill match at AEW.
Yeah, she was really, really good, right? And it just seemed like when she got paired back up with Sammy, things started to just fall apart a little bit on screen for her. I would like to see her come back separate to what he's doing and get a bit of a substantial push, maybe against Mercedes. I feel like that would be a fun match, especially after what many people are considering wasn't a great match against Britt. I feel like going in there with Tay might mix things up a bit.
Quite possibly. Someone else who could be making another AEW appearance soon, but we're going to try and iron out some of the details of what's going on here, is UK indie star Michael Oku, someone who's no stranger to North Wrestling up here.
Yeah, of course.
Someone who's been one of the leading lights of the UK independent scene over the last few years, I think it's fair to say. He has also been, of course, cropping up in AEW recently. And despite not working the recent Dynamite / Collision show in Cardiff, the Go Home for All In, despite working the Go Home shows for All In, he has apparently not yet been offered a contract by AEW, when all signs seem to indicate that was going to be the case.
I feel like it's only a matter of time. After all, he is the master of the half crab, and you want that man on your roster. He is a great talent. You saw him have the match against MJF at Rev Pro Summer Sizzler. That was a fantastic match, a great showcase, putting him in the ring with one of AEW's top stars. He's one of Ospreay's mates in terms of how much that... I don't know how much influence Ospreay has, but like surely when you're looking at the talent that's in the UK, Michael Oku is the top tier, and you would want to have him in your company. Like I said, it feels like a matter of time. I thought it was strange he wasn't in the Casino Gauntlet at All In. I fully thought he was going to be there. I think he'll be on AEW soon though.
I would suggest so as well. I mean, reports prior to AEW's recent UK stopover for All In Weekend suggested that he and his manager and real-life partner, Amira, were set to be signed by the company. But a report from Fightful Select suggests that, yes, the pair have not been offered a contract as of the time that article was written. As Fraser mentioned, he recently took on MJF, though, at Rev Pro. And in another sign that he could potentially be on his way soon, he recently dropped his belt in Rev Pro to Luke Jacobs in a match I haven't watched yet, but I've been told is a fantastic match. It
seems like the talk of the weekend has been that match was a stellar one. It seems like 2 years in a row Luke Jacobs has had two of the best matches of All In Weekend. That man is incredible. I
was there last year for his one against Ishii. It really stole the show. And then Oku has carried on the good work with Luke Jacobs this year. I think I agree with you. I think it seems, all the signs seem to indicate that he will be on his way to AEW
100%. Yes. Again, even though they've got quite a big roster, I want to see Oku do some half crabs.
He's the master
Jericho
of the half crab.
Come on.
I like how we often mention Oku's fantastic nickname, the master of the half crab, but he's not just a submission guy. He's a real all-rounder.
Very versatile.
Yes, but you've got to watch out for that half crab.
Of course.
He beat Will Ospreay with that.
He did, yeah.
Right, Fraser, multiple big segments have been announced for tonight's Dynamite. Obviously a huge show, the first show after a massive pay-per-view. Yeah. I'm just going to run them past you and we'll get your reaction as I mention each one. So, we do have the singles... Well, no way, I'll start from the beginning here. I was getting ahead of myself.
Jumping ahead of things.
So tonight's AEW Dynamite will feature the AEW Women's World Championship celebration of the glamour Mariah May.
I can't wait for that. She's teased the celebration online. You know, I'm sure that many people have seen this. It's going to be a stellar celebration, and she deserves a big celebration after winning and beating Toni Storm.
No, I think she's a horrible person. So I don't think she deserves that.
I think she's going to have a great party, and Toni will definitely not ruin it.
She beat her up with that shoe, and Toni won't. Do you think that's going to continue?
I think there's going to be some more stuff there. I think her mum. Imagine her mum's there and gives her a good slap, a good scalp. Yeah, that's what we want.
Ricochet making his singles debut after a shock debut at All In the Casino Gauntlet. He'll be taking on Kyle Fletcher, which is a nailed-on win for Kyle, I think.
This is a great showcase for Fletcher. I think it's definitely going to be him winning in a quick 3 seconds. Ricochet, Kyle Fletcher, this is a match that I think many people didn't have on their list of dream matches immediately, but when you put it on paper, it completely makes sense and it will likely steal the show.
I would agree. I'm surprised it's against Kyle Fletcher because that's someone that AEW have been keeping quite strong. Not that him losing to Ricochet is a disaster or anything, but surely Ricochet is going to win that match. And
to me, this feels like a test run for Ricochet Ospreay.
Yeah. Not that they need a test run, Tony.
But to go, hey...
Yeah.
He's like Ospreay.
Yeah.
They're gonna cook. They're gonna cook.
Let them cook.
Yeah.
Tomohiro Ishii versus Hangman Adam Page.
Oof, that's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Hard.
Hard. And Swerve Strickland's first comment since dropping the AEW World title.
What? I don't know what he does next.
No.
What does he do next?
Because Hangman came out to try and cost him the match and got swamped by security.
Yep.
Maybe they're gonna go for round 3
All Out.
or round 4. All Out, possibly. Yeah.
Maybe that's what it will set up. But either way, Swerve is a made man after that match.
Yes, I would suggest so as well. And finally, Bryan Danielson has a can't miss announcement for the new for what's going to happen in his title
for his
reign.
future. I'm terrified because I feel like he's going to do the thing where it's when I lose this belt, I'm going to retire.
The old Ric Flair.
And I am really, really sad about that. And I think it's definitely going to be the old, as you said, Ric Flair stipulation there, where you were terribly worried that he was going to lose to MVP on Raw. And I think it'll likely go this way. Wrestle Dream, that's my bet now, is where he loses it. Triple threat
in
match.
Washington,
In Washington, Hangman beats him and Swerve.
Oh, you can't retire in a triple threat.
Think of the heat. Think of the heat when Hangman pins him.
I think that Brian. I think it is terrifying, and we're going to have to see him retire one day soon. But I think it infuses every one of his matches with a real peril.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes,
absolutely.
Also teased is an 8-man tag team match pitting Jericho, Bill, Brian Keith, and Roddy Strong against the babyface team of Hook, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe. Tony Khan, seemingly in response to recent criticism of Chris Jericho, said, "Sometimes you just have to trust me. I expect this match to rock."
You really saved the best to last there. The main event.
I didn't write this.
I really hope Big Bill is over. Like, just everyone just chanting for Big Bill. Keep on the Cardiff momentum.
Yeah.
Illinois. Come on, you can do it.
Illinois, did you just say?
Illinois.
Oh, fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that match is an interesting one because it seemed... I just want this Hook feud to end, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe this is a way to transition out of it. I don't think it needed another chapter. We had Taz come along and do his thing.
It seems like it's done. I saw someone put on Reddit saying that the Jericho Hook feud has been going on longer than all of Swerve's title reign. It started in March.
Yeah.
It needs to end tonight.
I think so as well. But what I will say is, from all of those, and you know AEW has had a bit of an inconsistent year, especially given the resurgence of WWE over the past year plus. I think maybe, because there's a lot to like on that
100%.
Not running order for tonight, but on the preview for tonight. I think that maybe they could use this as a launch pad. It's not the first time they've had a fantastic pay-per-view and then dipped back into kind of the messy storylines and stuff. But hopefully this could be the start of something new. Oh, fantastic.
Oh, yes. The High School Musical.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching this news video. I've been Jack. This has been Fraser. Check out cultaholic.com where we stay abreast of all the stories in wrestling going on these days. And Pitches, of course, is going out later today as well for this weekend's Bash in Berlin, as well as predictions, the live stream on Saturday, what happened at WTF Moments, and all the rest of it as well. You can find it all here at Cultaholic Wrestling. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Love you, bye.
Oh,
do Tom's thing.